she is not top 3, I will riot.
Houston, we have a problem.
Art Simone, sashay away.
Hi!
I'm Kitty.
And I'm Diab.
And welcome to
My Best Friend's Game.
With Kitty.
And the D.
What's up?
Not impressed.
Hi, everyone.
Not impressed.
She's in her feelings. She's had a double slap, one after the other, last
Not
week
impressed.
and this week.
Do you know what? Why don't you send Kid home and I'll stop watching? Over it. Although I am falling in love with Anita, I have a rebound, a fallback girl.
Wiggles.
Can we just talk about how I said in the last video that she looked like a 1970s Wiggle? Am I psychic? I do love what you're wearing, by the way.
Thank you.
In memory of the dearly
In
departed...
loving memory of our dearly departed.
Jojo's a home, may she rest in peace.
These earrings are by Nangala Creative. Jess is an amazing queer, indigenous woman, and I love her stuff.
I'm just a psychotic friend, and before Jojo had merch, I made this.
Actually, you've had that for a long... When did you get that?
I made it the minute she was announced. I messaged her and I'm like, send me a fucking picture. My whole look is inspired by this image of Jojo, which I love.
Da-da, da-da.
So, Kitty,
Yes.
what do we think of today's episode?
Today's episode...
Gagged.
Yeah, it was wild. I
impressed.
found myself experiencing uncontrollable anger. It was really shitty with a lot of decisions actually today. Not gonna lie. Sort of knew what was coming. But still, as it happened, I was like,
Why do you say you knew it was coming?
will not comment any further at this time.
Let's see her talk her way out of this one.
I will not comment any further at this time. I did know the outcome, as I'm sure quite a few people knew the outcome.
I think the collective queer society was just like, two of Australia's strongest drag queens up against each other is...
Yeah.
Episode 2, that's...
Yeah. I mean, Snatch Game episode 2, never been done before.
Why was
Game
that a
My
gag
Snatch.
for everyone?
Because
I
it's
don't
so
get why-
early. Snatch Game's normally sort of balanced somewhere toward the middle.
We've got
I
like 5
understand.
contestants. Even my brother's straight fiance was like, can you believe Snatch Game is episode 2? And I'm like, I'm just hot. My mind is on the fact that I'm boiling.
He's a sweaty baby.
Menopausal. She's going through the change love. She's in her mid-30s.
This is how we work. My toes are blue from cold.
Frostbite.
I'm getting frostbite.
She's about to get them amputated.
And this one's like sweating from every orifice.
I'm an Arab and we sweat.
When I walk down the aisle to Kidda in white, and you sit there with your prolapsed uterus and several children.
Absolutely not. I'll be waiting at the altar dressed as Pope outfit.
No, come straight after me, the second bride to come down the aisle. Poor Kidda won't know what to do.
So, this week's workroom.
Yes.
I'm not a fan of the workroom. It always bores me.
This one was pretty good. Like, all the girls come off the main stage and, you know, after JoJo's elimination, Art is fucking pissed. She's so
that
pissed
bit,
off. You
yeah.
can see it from a mile away. She's quiet. She's not talking to anyone.
Art's very good friends with JoJo.
I think she thought she was going to win last week.
Love ya, Art. Her ego this episode was a bit on.
She thought that was in the bag, and when she didn't win the challenge, she was fucking pissed, and you could see it from across the room.
What I got from this episode, I found a lot of... I mean, look, I've not met certain queens, but there's a certain queen that's coming off as a massive fucking bitch. I don't know if it's just for the cameras, but last episode and this one, all she does is just bitch about other people, like, on another level. I'm going to say her name on camera.
Who?
Oh. God, you're 22.
I mean, look, I think they get prodded.
Yeah, they do,
to
because
talk.
what drag queen does the prodding, please? Please, they are prodded.
I think...
Workroom. This one didn't have much going on, though.
They did a shoey.
Yes! I have a phobia of feet, so I erase that from my mind.
Never drink a
but
liquid
honey,
out of a shoe.
Because you're Greek, you have a rich history and culture.
Oh yeah, that's me, real refined.
I'm saying this as a half Australian. They do things like they get white bread, usually like home brand, margarine and put sprinkles on it, and they fucking lose their minds.
No, fuck you. That is... Listen, I will not tolerate...
No.
I will not Jodie Foster this kind of behaviour.
Wow. I wanted a co-host that was original. I wanted a co-host that would come up with her own taglines, but...
You came for fairy bread.
I did not come for fairy bread. I was totally flaccid. And the other thing I can't deal with Australians, BYO, don't throw a party if you can't cater it. So word on the street is Kitty and I have made it. We have been restricted by one of the contestants on Instagram.
I was waiting. I was like, how long is it going to take for her to fucking say it?
Because this week I've been consumed with editing, so I'm running on no sleep. So I'm going to forget a lot of things I
Honey,
want
when
to say.
I realised that I was restricted,
Kitty rang me.
I was
no
like,
joke.
coming out, I'm coming.
I could hear the vibrator. She was like, "Dear, we never gonna know what happened." It's like, and I was like,
We've
I'm
made it.
not gonna say which one of the contestants I messaged. It wasn't JoJo though, so there you go. Work out for another 9. 8 didn't message Scarlett. We can't. I was like,
Bitch, she
we
restricted
made it. We're famous. We're gamers.
Gamers.
Finally.
So Scarlett Adams has restricted us.
So feel free to tag her in this video.
Was there a cash prize for this win?
5,000.
5. Okay, then went, oh, poor Karen. She only got 3.
Did she?
She did.
It was an interesting choice that Karen did not say who she was playing.
I don't know what the point of that was.
Power play.
How? Didn't work.
Given that she didn't end up looking like Dolly, I don't believe she had the look
all.
down. So,
Oh my God.
and I
None
love
of it.
Karen.
Me too. Karen's just like so slapstick, like so funny. Like grab your guts and laugh. I
Yeah,
just
grab your guts, like through the anus, through the lower intestine, and straight up.
fist your butt and laugh. Scarlett and Art worked out that they both picked Bindi. Ultimately, Scarlett changed hers to
Jennifer Coolidge.
Jennifer Coolidge.
Which I thought was an interesting choice given how, look, Scarlett, because she's young and because of her makeup abilities, can look very plastic. But Jennifer's,
Very full.
Yes.
And a woman.
yes, whereas Scarlett looked like a supermodel. Whereas
You know what? She looked like Aquaria doing Melania.
when I saw the image, I thought she was Melania.
Yep.
A blonde Melania.
She looked like Aquaria doing Melania.
She did. I'm glad we both picked up on that. Wiggles.
Tina affectionately calls Anita
Wiggles.
Wiggles, which is the cutest thing ever.
This is how slow Diab is.
Love
Did
you
not pick up
guys.
Wiggles and Wiglet.
So Wiggles comes over to Rue, and Rue says, you know, you have this like hugely animated, happy face, and she says, yes, I'm always go, go, go. And Rue said, it might be fun for you to try and explore different facets of your personality and see if you can show us something else. So Rue was trying to get Wiggles to be sexy. It was very funny. She was,
She looked
straight.
Looked, didn't sound, didn't act, but looked like a heterosexual.
Yeah.
I was like,
It was so funny.
kind of sexy. I'm gonna say it, and you know what? Rue, fucking block me with Courtney, I don't give a fuck.
You better work.
This whole psychology thing, like, exploring, no! Shh! It's getting tired. It's good when it's once or twice, and you're like, ooh, profound.
I know, I thought that was pretty valid
No.
because Anita is very high energy all the time, and I think Rue was
Let
just
her
saying,
be,
like,
let
you know,
her-
have
Give
you
her-
ever
get her and
tried
Ritalin.
to?
Get her and Ritalin.
Leave
It was fun
Anita
watching
alone.
her try.
Leave Anita alone. I've become very fond of Anita.
Have you?
I have.
She's nice. You're not
She's
sweet.
sweet. Well, she's going to be, you know, kid has made of honor.
So let's discuss some of the other choices. I've got to say, we won't go into the performance yet, but Etcetera's choice for Lindy Chamberlain was
That
the
was
interesting
that
one.
was a fucking choice because that is a person whose child died. Period.
But this is the thing though, because I mean, there is the running joke of I didn't go steal my baby. But
Yeah,
that
but
is,
that was funny in the 80s.
But that was based on Meryl Streep. That wasn't Lindy Chamberlain. And there is a
Yeah.
distinction between a character and a person.
Yeah.
And this I've got to say, I find very interesting with Drag Race. I don't think that people should be allowed to choose characters. That's someone else's very limited performance of an idea, and you're just recreating that, impersonating it, as opposed to creating your own character based on a human being. I kind of feel like it's a cop-out.
Well, she didn't choose a character. Lindy's the person.
But she chose the character of Lindy. She chose the Meryl Streep version. Her jokes were all based on the movie that was horrendous. I'm not going to talk about anyone specifically because it covers all seasons. I do not understand why younger queens choose people they admire that are currently trending, like Lady Gaga. I mean, there are some that are caricatures to a degree.
The thing is, Gaga would have worked if she didn't fuck it up. And she fucked it up.
But Gaga isn't a strong personality. Gaga is someone that you can interpret to make a personality.
Yeah.
And for me, Snatch Game is the time to become ugly
Yeah.
and funny.
Yeah.
That's where humour lies, in being ugly, not in being beautiful and unattainable. And I find a lot of younger queens choose these, like Beyonce, or, you know, and it's just not funny. Choose someone that is a caricature.
Well, that's, you know, Anita's choice was great, the Queen.
Yeah, but I think this is
the
the hard part with a singer, though, because you're limited usually to their songs. They're the most... So for someone like me who doesn't follow every waking move that she does, if you did like a Lizzoism, I wouldn't know what you were doing, but I know the song lyrics. So it's hard when you choose a singer.
Yeah, but the thing is that the isms, you don't need to know where it comes from,
If it
as long as
works.
it makes you laugh.
If it works. But that's hard, though, if it doesn't.
Well, if that's Snatch Game.
I wanted there to be two Bindies, to be honest. I've always wanted when they had like, I've got this. Why don't we both do it? I want to see a showdown.
I don't think anyone has.
Never. I want
Anyone
to see
that's
it.
shown up with the same thing, someone always
changes.
changed.
I want to see the showdown. Final countdown. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do.
I didn't realise that someone could gay that song up, but here we are.
So we get to the
Snatch Game.
challenge.
Yes.
Interesting. I've got to say, Australians as a whole, whether or not you're a funny person, I think every Australian knows something and how to make someone laugh.
Sure.
Girls, your job is
It
to
wasn't
entertain.
great.
And I don't know if it was the edit, which I'll come into later when we get to who's in the bottom, but
Skipping forward, after the challenge, they all sauntered back into the workroom and they were like, I think
Nailed
this was
it,
the
yes.
best Snatch Game ever aired on the Drag Race franchise.
cut forward again and they're like, we're all in the bottom. Yes! We should all practice our lip syncs. Karen, I did not get,
She didn't look like Dolly Parton. She didn't sound like Dolly Parton.
that's what I say, the voice. If anything, the voice. I don't know who she was, but it wasn't
It
getting Dolly.
wasn't her. I don't think I would ever pick someone who has such a strong, recognisable, iconic voice, accent, whatever.
Gotta say, what I thought was cute was her entrance look was Jane Fonda from 9 to 5, and then she went to Dolly.
Yes.
Thought that was cute.
Yes. Why didn't
So,
she just do Jane Fonda?
Oh, looking forward to you, Lily. Then we move over to Bindi. Art.
I want to know what, like the attacked by an animal visual.
I got it because she's an animal handler.
Blood all over her hands.
Because they deal with wild animals.
But, bit much? No?
It's part of the exaggerated characterization. Okay. But I would have made her pregnant because Bindi was pregnant at the time it was filmed. So you could have had like a whole...
She just had a baby.
You could have had a whole pregnancy storyline in there. But also Art, I think I said it before, but I think Art's, based on that Art does ochre, I thought Bindi was a good choice.
I would like to see anybody do a really good job with Binti. I think that would be quite hard.
But the thing is, I think with more boring people, if you play it right, not boring, more people with a softer personality, you really have that ability to mould them to be whoever you want them to be.
Yeah, and who did she mould her to be?
I didn't say she did. I said other people did. But this is why I'm kind of blaming the edit, I've got to say, because why did they show Art's...
You're going to do that, are you?
Okay. I'm not Fifi, but I have receipts to back this shit up. I think like Elektra only had like 1 or 2 answers, but then they'd cut to Art and have like 45 minutes of rambles.
Yeah.
That's an edit.
Yeah.
You know, I want to know what the rest of the other people think.
Yeah. Coco Jumbo as Lizzo visually looked amazing, fit that perfectly. I love that she brought the flute with her. She was cheerleader Lizzo, which we know and love, pom-pom hair, all that kind of thing. And that's it. She looked amazing and literally brought not a thing.
Then we get to Anita. Sweet baby Jesus. This is what we need. There was crude jokes. There was the look.
Prince Andrew jokes were hysterical.
Oh my God. The one in the workroom.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
Sending a letter, then I sent a text. I was not expecting it from Anita. I finally understand why Anita had a whip in the first episode because she's nasty and I'm all
hoe.
about it. Jennifer Coolidge.
I actually thought it was pretty good. I thought it was not remarkable. I didn't think it was terrible. I think it was very middle of the line. She did the voice really well. I think she did look very Melania Trump.
I didn't think she did the voice well. I thought she did it well once. And then I was just... I think with Jennifer Coolidge, you needed to play Jennifer Coolidge. I mean, they said she did them from movies, but you needed to choose more iconic representations of Jennifer Coolidge.
I think, you know, if you're going to do Jennifer Coolidge when you're playing a character, you need like tits to your neck. You
Kilo
need like
lips.
Vaseline all over them. You need to be...
You have to be like an airhead. You have to be dumb.
like you're on drugs.
That she visually just doesn't... You don't look at her and go, Jennifer Coolidge.
I think it was not bad.
No, but if you looked at her in a lineup, you thought it was Melania Trump. You don't look at her and go, Jennifer Coolidge.
It was reminiscent to me of Aquarius Melania.
Yeah, but the thing is, take everything aside. If you saw her just dress up on the panel, you would not
I think because she's so slender as
That's
well.
what I mean.
It's
choosing someone that looks so far out.
She should have padded a bit more.
Then we get to Elektra. I gotta say, was vocally in the lounge room, but here will be quietly impressed. I have watched Schitt's Creek once or twice.
Have you? Let's get some background on this motherfucker.
thought
Moira Rose.
She said she was Catherine O'Hara.
Yeah, so if you're going to put Catherine O'Hara down, you can't just do Moira.
Did the whole Home Alone thing, which was safe for her to cover her ass.
Why does the screaming always work? Just that consistent screaming.
They didn't show her enough to warrant a really overwhelming response. I thought she did a good job. Really liked the answer she came up with. They were that off the wall that I actually did laugh. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, I could see Moira saying
Yeah, was it Rue or Michelle? One of the critiques was like, you sounded nothing like her. I completely
That's not
disagree.
true. She sounded like her.
I completely disagree. It just had like the New Zealand twang in there as well, unfortunately.
That was only one of them had that. The only thing that I would say that was really noticeable, because you kind of expect that not all of them are actors. I forgive a wavering in accent.
Yeah.
I was like, it's slightly deeper because she has testicles.
Surprise.
But then Michelle turned around and said it was amazing.
The banter was amazing. Michelle was saying like,
No, she said-
you were giving backwards and forwards,
I texted
and
myself.
you did.
She said that the characterization, the voice, everything was down pat, and I was like, it's not what you said a minute ago. It's an ongoing thing in Drag Race. The critiques never match up with what they say in the judging panel.
Maxine Shield.
I thought she was just playing the character from Big Girl's Blouse. And fast forward, I didn't realise she was playing a fully rounded Magda.
Yeah.
The character from Big Girl's Blouse and such was spot on. She's brilliant. She's one of my favourite
As soon
characters.
as she opened her mouth, I literally, because Snatch Game started, and I was like, just writing notes and just watching, and then she opened her mouth, and I just went. She had her face like this for the entire
She looked
time.
exactly like her. The critiques, when they do international ones, and a lot of things...
If they don't understand the references.
You're not going to understand the references or the humour. So for me, I thought Maxi, I didn't think she was the character that she chose of Magda's as one note, but in that being said, that's what I love about the character.
Yeah.
I really want to make a Babe reference, but after last week I can't.
I'm okay, I think my hormones are stabilised.
So Kitty cried when I didn't know that Babe was a trigger, and I started quoting lines from the end.
No, you didn't. You said
I said, bar ram you.
Don't!
That'll do, pig. That'll do. I really should have straightened this bit of hair before we started. I wanted to, but oh well.
Etc. is one. She played up, again, this is something I can't handle. For me, it shows a lack of professionalism when you have to start throwing yourself around. She started screaming, and Ru started laughing. So any contestants that enter Drag Race, just scream.
Just scream.
And RuPaul will be like, my pussy is wet. No, I couldn't. It was... And when Etc. was like, I think I'm funny, go back another episode. I don't think there's anything wrong in just admitting that you're a model. She is flawless. She is so beautiful.
I think amongst her friends, she's funny. This was a really bad choice. It really surprises me because as a human,
you're more
they
sensitive?
are a very PC
Sensitive.
person, and then you come out and like imitate someone whose child died.
Between us, you should hear some of the shit we have said to each other. Our text messages are basically a list of hate crimes. And we actually sat there just like...
I was just like, oh no, oh, she's still going. The dingo hand puppet, I was like, oh no. Dingo ate my answer. That was one of them. And I can't find my baby.
The iconic line from the film, because it was so bad, was,
dingo ate
a
my
dingo
baby."
stole my baby. Also, didn't look anything like her. It was very glamorous, Lindy. I was like,
She's
Lindy...
so fucking pretty.
Lindy took
That
herself
dumb
to the
bitch, I
salon.
swear to God, every time I see Etc. Like, I get to see Etc. in person, like, regularly enough. And every time I see her, I'm like, oh.
To be fair, you're only seeing the back of her because she's running away from you. And then we get to our girlfriend.
Ketamine as Dr. Seuss.
Started shit, got good.
Yeah, she had a little fumble at the beginning, but I think she did it well. To come up with rhymes on the spot is fucking hard, and she did a great job.
I think so.
I think it was really good. The banter was good. It was funny.
Do you know what I did see in this episode though? I think Ketamine's very hard on herself. You get two sectors of drag queens, the overly confident.
And the ones that
And then the
question
ones that,
themselves too much.
and I think given everything that Kidda has achieved from personal to business.
I was just going to say, I think it might have the weight thing
Yeah.
often can play on people's confidence.
Why?
I'm obsessed with the hillbilly hair.
I want to know if there's a hairline under there.
The hillbilly hair.
I want to know if the hairline is
every
here
time.
or
Or
here.
here.
I think what might have thrown Kidda off though is when you start shaky, it's hard to get your mind out of that.
She did it well though. I think she stepped back pretty well.
No, I do too, but I'm just saying,
Yeah.
I think when you're performing and you start rough, it's hard to
Of
get out of
course.
your mind.
And being dressed as a boy. That's always an extra challenge. So.
Well, that was Kidda in drag. Kidda was doing drag king, and I
Yeah,
love it.
yes, exactly. Kidda is actually a woman, and that was her first time in drag.
And you know, kudos. Oh, do you know what? Actually, I've got to say, even de-dragged, you're not going to win any Alpha Awards. But I was like, my first thought, she looked like a man, but my first thought was, like, she looks like a sexual predator. That character.
The Dr. Seuss character.
I was like, I expect him to be standing in front of a white van with candy going like, come on, children.
Kidda, you have my heart.
No, it's Karen that has your heart, you filthy fucking liar.
Jojo, got a shout out.
The winner of Snatch Game is JoJo's a hoe because she didn't have to be there to witness that train wreck.
Can we just talk about the Minogues?
The Minogues. I mean...
Out of several of the looks that I've seen on this week's episode, the Minogues were the ones who really turned it out.
Turn it out.
Bit of a missed opportunity not having a Kylie song for the lip sync.
That's what I thought about the first episode. And do you know what I love? That Danny took the time to engage in a call with them.
Yeah.
Which I thought was lovely. Yeah. Oh, I love my Minogues. How do I stand any chance when that's what menopause looks like? Welcome to the main stage. Where the looks were sickening.
Sickening, darling.
We open with Miss Art Simone.
Holy shit.
Everything from the teeth to the web fingers.
She was breathtaking. When she turned that corner, I was like, oh.
I thought her outfit had lights in it, the neon crystals.
Yeah.
I even said to Kitty, I'm like, are they lights?
The teeth were frightening.
I thought the teeth were brilliant.
The webbed fingers.
Do you know what for me I like? I love that play on the sea siren. Yeah. So she's beautiful, but she's deadly.
I don't care what the fuck she did for Snatch Game. It is unacceptable for her to be in the bottom wearing that dress.
I like that she fused ugly and beautiful together, because for me that's where true beauty lies. The performance of Art's, like the presentation of her costume, she actually was like an eel. It was slimy but alluring. It was just incredible. This is what we've come to expect from Art, and Art fucking delivers.
100%.
Honestly, if you don't like it, you need to question yourself and your life choices, because you're only
if you don't
harming
like
yourself.
it, you're not a real person.
Well, when I first saw Kiddo, I actually did think of Ursula, but like a new take on Ursula.
I wasn't expecting that when she turned around. She's got really light blue contacts in. It's quite a big, dramatic eye. Her hair is like a ice princess.
I loved that we can see your body. You have a great silhouette.
Body.
I love it. I like that Kidda could have been very one note. Mm-hmm. And we're getting from the All Blacks to the Harajuku to this, we're getting diversity and dimension.
Quite a bit. But it's all, look, it all ties in with camp. She's consistently camp all the way through, but it's not one note. It's very multi-dimensional.
Multifaceted.
Which is awesome.
Multifaceted camp that shimmers.
Yes. Amazing.
Do you know what? Because of my admiration for Kidamine, I'm looking forward to when she doesn't do something that I love.
That'll be interesting. If you don't like something, what will you say?
I'm going to block her.
Next to the runway, we have Miss Coco Jumbo. You know what? It sort of reminded me of Alaska's garbage outfit. Personally, I loved the wig and I loved her face. She looked beautiful, but to me, this was a missed opportunity to come out in a full octopus Ursula fantasy. But I think the dress is underwhelming. You look great. I just wish you came as a big fat octopus.
You drag that costume and then say, I love it for you. Perfect. I actually loved Maxie's look, and that was another joke that I made last week, and here it is again, Maxie and the pearl necklace. Am I psychic? I love this look. I don't like that Maxie is not wearing her tits. I'm not about this mastectomy fantasy, but I loved it. It's just old campy classic drag, and that's not... Maxie is a chain-smoking bogan, and to see her look like a mother of pearl, I was all about it.
I liked the fact that she went that route with mother of pearl. I didn't like the hair. I thought it was very flat. It was too much white, so she didn't really have any definition. Maybe if her something was...
But it was iridescent. It reflected colours.
Yeah. Not having titties.
Get
out of here. Maxie, to me, has tits. Like, she doesn't wear a breastplate. She has boobs.
Well, the thing is, Maxie has built a character on these outlandish breasts.
Yeah.
So to see her now twice present without them is really quite jarring.
Wait, what did she do before?
Prawn. The prawn.
She didn't have tits?
Nope.
We want your tits back.
Your body, your choice. But could you please hurry the fuck up and put it back on? There are starving children who need to suckle at that perfect hanging set of glands.
Well, you deprived us, Maxie. This fucking travesty.
So now we get to Elektra Shock. Do you know what I get from it?
Lindsay Lohan in Mykonos.
I got discount Filipino bridal store. I really want to like Elektra. But I asked you last week, when am I going to be shocked? The shock for me is that it's very starter drag. And how was it the ocean? It was lace, isn't it floral?
I am so fucking pissed off that she thought that that was okay to wear on the fucking runway.
You have green hair, that's
No,
ocean.
fuck off. There is
Ocean.
nothing about that that is that matches that theme. And the fact that she skated by on a shitty Moira Rose impersonation.
You just said it was good, Michelle Visage, calm down. This is very pedestrian. I want to know, how did you feel backstage when you were around the other girls?
Standing next to Art fucking Simone, wearing that lace motherfucker.
Do you think, though, that it was like her look last week, just like, I've got this. Like, I'm killing it.
Yeah, I mean, there's got to be some grandeur delusion. Babe, I'm so angry. Like, this pisses me right fucking off. What is the C? Where?
Oh, I put on a green wig.
If you fucking put anything else up other than that, I will leave. Get out of my house. You're not for real. Are you being for real right now?
100%.
With that runway?
I like her grey bodysuit. I just want to understand the choice. I want to know what element of any of it, when you were like, when you saw that dress, that white lace, bridal come pageant dress, and you were like, ocean. What part of the ocean? I can't even be witty about it. I simply don't understand. It's another thing that I don't like when someone's like, I wore a green eyeshadow. Look, I'm a monster. I don't get it. I don't get it.
No!
What is that? What is that?
Nothing.
Green-haired bride. Green-haired Vegas bride.
And you're still giving her a thumbs up? Is that what you're saying? I need you to hurry up. Because I'm done with this conversation.
Etc. Consider this your official warning. If you don't get your shit together by the next week, you are...
You just said etc.
Elektra.
Etc. You've been warned!
Elektra.
About nothing.
Elektra. Consider this your official warning. If you
Mate,
don't get it together
what
by
the
next week...
fuck is that?
You will not be favoured kindly by either of us. And I know how much you care about our opinion, unless you get that shit together by next week.
Do you know why I'm more pissed? Seeing a contestant fall apart. You don't give a fuck as much as that person does.
It just hit me. That look beat art.
Do you understand what I'm saying to you? The nerve, the gall, the audacity, and the gumption.
I just touched Kitty's kitty.
And now we get to Karen from finance.
Dressed as a shark. When she first came out, I was like, I liked the concept, but I didn't like the hood bit.
Okay, don't lie. Your first reaction was baby shark. Do-do-do-do-do.
We don't have a 2-year-old. I didn't like it. I didn't like the way her face looked with it. And then when she got a bit further up,
And she took it off.
she flipped the hood down, and it was kind of like, you know, that, like a choir boy, like a little aprony thing, and she looked quite cute. I liked the fishbone earring.
The fishbone earrings were very cool given that they were in the shark's mouth. My first thought was like, if Nicki Minaj was a shark. I don't know why, that's the first thing I got.
Nicki Minaj?
I don't know why.
I liked the shark fins with her arms.
Oh, and the bell-bottom
cool.
pants
Yeah.
to make the fin perfect. And I love that they were pants and not a fishtail dress.
Good.
I don't like that I've been denied my Karen from finance. I needed you to find a way that brought Karen to this. It was campy, which is on brand for
Karen?
the creator of Karen. No, because Karen doesn't do campy. She works in finance. Karen is just a woman, 9 to 5.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I wanted to love it. I really want to.
Yeah.
There was something about it. I loved the actual change of silhouette though. I thought that was genius. Because I don't recall anyone ever doing that with a shark. Like the mouth and it becoming an open neck. Brilliant.
I think I didn't like her hair and makeup, and I think that kind of ruined it for me.
I actually loved the hair. I thought the hair was great. And the hair added to then the silhouette of the hood. You were my top last week, Karen, but now you're a bottom. Which I suspected to begin with anyway.
I'm going to go that far.
It's just for me, I love that out of anyone, Karen has found the ability to keep character through every challenge.
Yeah.
And I would have hoped to have seen that given my infatuation with Karen. Etc., etc.
She came in with the old style helmet. I think it was very clever.
On someone else, I would have loved it. For me, it came off as trying too hard.
I like it for her because people would expect her to come out looking like
art. They can do the very feminine, fairy kind of like otherworldly look. That's what you would expect her to come out as, and the fact that she's put that on, I think, was really clever.
For me, it felt forced. And having now, you know, watched the Queens for weeks, done a bit of research, I just get model. I don't get any sense of an individual coming through with anything that Etc. has done on the show so far. I get it from her backstory, her social media. This to me felt forced. It was trying to stand out. Art just took your breath away through execution. To me, this was almost gimmicky. Maybe if she'd push it a bit further, there's just something for me was missing.
I love that her face, she kind of has like a 20s to 40s looking face, so which makes sense for the type of diving outfit that she's wearing. It's an older outfit.
20s to 40s.
Well, you know, like this.
40s.
I think she looked beautiful.
She looked
and
beautiful.
It was very clever, and that is what I'm giving her.
She looked beautiful. I just think it was forced and fake, and I wanted to like it, but it didn't seem like genuine quirkiness. It seemed like, look at me!
I don't think she was trying to be quirky. I think she was just, you know, it's seasickening, and that's someone who has something to do with the sea.
And now we have our girl, Anita Wiglet.
Wiggles.
Once you did the ram, we should have known there's a fashion
Yeah.
cunt in there.
Yeah, she looked beautiful.
Like Scarlett, to me it was elevated international drag.
Yeah.
It was incredible. There was a weight to this, which we're not used to with Anita because she's so light and bubbly.
She looked like she was suspended in water because she had her hair going to the side. There was like detailing all up her legs, on her arms. The chiffoning was coming down. She had all this beautiful detail.
I want to get a close up of her look.
Oh, we want a close up.
You want a close up? Oh, kidda, you gorgeous beast. I'm really starting to understand why Anita is on Drag Race.
Yeah, absolutely.
There is something special about this one, and it's funny because you never would have gotten that from her entry look.
No, I don't want to talk about that entry look again.
Well, it's funny because I've been watching other people's review channels, as I mentioned, and it seems like everyone hates that look, so maybe burn it. I'm sorry.
This is beautiful. I love it. She kind of looks like if you like dropped a Barbie into the ocean and came back and got it 50 years later. All the little things growing on it, and I think it was beautiful.
We're just so used to the upbeat Anita.
Yep.
I like seeing this different side. I didn't think that I would, but I really enjoyed it.
She did. It's beautiful.
I've said this the whole time. There's something really beautiful about Anita, and I'm just...
And she's got a good energy.
And her backstory with her dad, baby. I'm going to give you a hug next time I see you. I shed a tear. It was gross because I ruined my makeup.
Sure did.
Scarlett Adams.
She looks beautiful.
I said to Kitty, how did she pack that?
Yeah, we were trying to work out whether she's constructed it there or if to me it looks like it's actually foam, so I reckon she would have been able to roll it.
Rolled it was one of our thoughts that we came up with, or that she assembled in the workroom. Anyone, look, we can't reach out to her, but if anyone else can, let us know.
Yeah, we've been restricted. Why wouldn't you just block us then?
Because she wants to keep her count up. And you know, with our 197 followers, we have a high importance.
I think she looks incredible. I actually said to Dad when we were watching the episode, I said to him, like, I'm so pissed off at her for having done what she's done in the past because I want to love her and she would have won this season. I truly believe that. This is so annoying. She looks stunning.
Do you know what I got from this though? It reminds me of international drag race. We've seen a lot of drag queens in our time and their costumes can be amazing, but they hit a bar. This took the bar and just rammed it up every competitor's rectum. The changes in colour and tone and the reflective nature, it felt underwater whilst not being in water, and the different elements.
Her face was beautiful.
And she played to her body and framed her face. It was gorgeous.
Hair was beautiful.
What I liked about this look, and it may come off as a read, but I don't mean it, I liked that she looked very much like a man in drag. I love that whole gender play element.
Yeah.
She didn't go overly, I'm using this because of the challenge, fishy with it.
I don't think that I had even one thing to fault. She looked beautiful. So Ru comes out and calls Anita straight out and says, you've won, love your work, get to the back. Straight away, which was...
Justified win, amazing performance, amazing costume.
I think so, 100% she deserved that win.
Bottom two ultimately came down to Art and Coco. Do you agree?
Absolutely not. Coco, definitely. I think her snatch game was a bomb, and I think her runway definitely was the weakest.
Wait, her runway was the weakest. You said you loved it.
I said it was the weakest. I didn't say it was a bad runway. I just said it was the weakest out of all the girls that were there.
There were other ones that you hated. That doesn't
Just
make
because
sense.
I don't give it a thumbs up doesn't mean I hate it.
Okay. Doesn't make sense. In the bottom, I would have put, don't look at me when I say this, not you, her, Karen and etc. for me.
Really?
I would have put them in the bottom.
Oh my God.
The performances, I can't look past. Everyone else had something redeemable. I just couldn't look past those. And the runways, I'm like...
So we have Art and Coco Jumbo lip syncing for their lives to I'm That Bitch by RuPaul. And the second I saw what song it was, I knew
Oh, we both knew.
Art was going home.
Second week in a row I cried during an elimination. I'm going to call scripted because there are certain drag queens that you know that can perform certain things.
Yep.
I know I said that I would not comment, but you fucking know Coco can do R&B. She can get down and dirty and grind. Art is a campy queen. This wasn't a fair playing field. This was one of those eliminations where Art stood no chance. That being said,
She did okay, but there's no way she was going to beat Coco.
having seen both of them perform live,
Yeah.
I actually thought that Art was a stronger performer.
No way. No.
No, I'm saying based on what I've seen in the past, that's an honest review.
Oh, you think she's a stronger performer than...
No. What I'm saying is, I thought this was a weak performance of Coco's. I've seen Coco do
Oh,
much better.
yeah. Okay. With regards to Coco's own personal standards, yeah, this
Oh,
wasn't...
yeah. No. What I mean
this
is,
wasn't the
this
greatest.
wasn't either of their performance. Having seen
no.
both of these girls perform
Yeah.
countless times,
Yeah.
this was not where.
No,
That being said,
you're right.
out of someone who I felt brought something more, Art fought for that, and you could see that. You could really see Art giving it.
This is the kind of shit thing that gives me the shits, because when you have Elektra, when you have someone like her come out onto the runway dressed like that, and it puts someone like Art Simone in this situation, I'm so mad.
So, ultimately, now we have the lip sync. Do you agree with the decision?
Yes. I agree with the decision, but I'm fucking annoyed that it happened in the first place. And Art literally fell apart on the stage, and I was heartbroken. She couldn't even speak. I think even Coco was a bit like, fuck me dead, is this actually happening? Like, I don't even think she believed it.
I'm sorry. She said soz bitch and walked off. I thought that was horrible.
No, she didn't.
Yes, she did. Look.
What?
See?
Oh my God.
And normally when queens support the other one, I was, given how beloved Art is,
Go and hug her.
I would have,
Unless some shit's been happening that we don't know about and Art's been walking around like a cocky bitch, which then I kind of understand.
I know Art personally, and I was talking to her this week. She's just not.
I know.
And this is what makes it hard, because this is, you see someone who really wants it.
Well, she lives and breathes drag 24/7. That is her complete life. So, and you know, this is the pinnacle of drag in the world. So she was just...
But also, look, it must be so devastating, and not in an egocentric way. And I know she played up that, and that's a defense mechanism to keep her humor up. To be on that level, and to have so many people looking up to you and rooting for you, and to be, I'm calling scripted again, but essentially what feels like a setup being sent home must be gutting.
Yep.
You know, because Art is... current day standards in Australia, our top drag queen.
Yeah, I agree. So Ru says, Coco Jumbo, Shantae, you stay. And every bitch in the back was like...
Bawling.
Not even bawling. Before they could even get to that point, they were like, pardon, sir? Like, their faces were like completely shocked. This makes me feel like there's something else going on.
But if you look at all the elements of this episode specifically, there is absolutely no reason why Art should have been in the bottom.
No, absolutely. Anyway, we shall see.
It makes for emotional television. I don't think Art should place the weight of everyone else's expectations on her, like she mentioned, because she's incredible. She's just marched to the beat of her own drum, and she doesn't need a show to prove how amazing Art
For
is.
sure, but similarly to JoJo, who was saying, you know, she felt the weight of the entire queer Indigenous community on her shoulders. It just
She didn't say queer Indigenous. She said Indigenous, which is bigger.
Is crazy. That's just nuts. She shouldn't expect. That's too much for one person. But I feel like Art feels the same way, so I get that. And then she saunters to the back of the stage, still sobbing, and she says,
Best exit line ever! I still have my hymen. This is why I love Art. Even through the shit, she can make you laugh. I love you, Art. And of the two queens that keep up with us, there's three. Shout out to you. Karen, Art, and our girlfriend Ketamine.
What about the bitch you're wearing?
No, I have to tell her to watch.
What a mole. She's got on Drag Race now and she thinks she's deadly and she doesn't need to watch us.
Exactly.
That concludes episode 2.
Of My Best Friend's Gay.
Woohoo!
RuPaul's Drag Race Down Under RuCap episode 2. Just a quick little shout out to everyone who has liked, subscribed, followed, notification, shared it with friends. Thank you so much.
People shared it today. I'm so happy.
They did. I've had actual strangers come up to me and quote specifics, and I edit it so I know every last minute of this bullshit.
Yeah.
And for them to quote sections of both of us, like
Yeah.
I didn't realize that we're quotable. And it's really touching because this started off as a little dream for Kitty, and 11 days later we started filming.
We started filming. One of the restaurant managers at the Imperial last night came up to me and said that he's obsessed and he watches it all the time. We love you.
Ian
Mwah.
Ian got mad at us for skipping a week. So, you know, and, you know,
We back!
It'd mean the world to us if you could share it because we do love drag and all of this is just a bit of fun. We wish all the girls the best and all the most amazing experiences in the show and off. Also, we're not one of those likey channels, which gets really, really boring.
No,
We spill flaming hot
it's
tea.
going to be for realsies.
And share it with Scarlett because she blocked us.
Yes, she can't see us anymore.
She can't see
No,
us.
you know what? She didn't block us. She just put us on
Restricted
restricted.
us.
It's stupid.
She's dangling
Block
the
me,
dream.
bitch. Block me.
Dangling the dream.
Should we just unfollow her?
I'm going to.
Okay, so don't forget to like,
Comment.
subscribe,
Turn on your notifications.
and share with your mob. Love you.
Always was, always will be. Oh, and rest in peace, Jojo.